I'm starving. I ain't even much today. Man.
I'm not scared of lions and tigers and bears, oh, but I'm scared of loving you.
Anyway, so we're gonna do.
I'd be devastated if you said that to me.
So we're gonna do intro, and we're gonna touch on.
Devastated. If
and then we're
any
just gonna
girl
get
said that
into
to me,
it.
I'll be absolutely devastated.
You cool with that? You cool with that, Mo?
Yeah, I'm good with
You
it.
cool with that order?
Absolutely
So
devastated.
yeah, me,
bro.
do you want to start?
If she looked
Yeah,
me in
I'm
my
gonna
eyes and
start,
told
yeah.
me,
Five.
yo,
start,
I'm
yeah.
not
Four.
scared of
I mean,
lions
Three.
and tigers
Listen,
and
I'm
bears,
gonna
but I'm
get
scared
to
of loving
yeah,
you.
I'm gonna get
I
to
will
it.
be
You wanna count down?
Yeah,
devastated.
let me
You wanna
count
do the
down.
intro?
Let me count down.
Yeah,
Five.
you do the intro.
No, you did the intro. I'm gonna count
Alright,
it down.
we'll
For
do
Be
you.
the
absolutely devastated.
Five.
man.
4,
Why are you not like
3,
acknowledging what I'm saying?
2,
Can we talk about it?
1.
I thought it was a safe space.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
What's going on, world? Welcome to episode 42 of the Rhymes Like Dimes podcast with your boys Peter,
Yo,
Mohammed,
Yeah.
and myself, Yemi. How we doing, guys?
I'm all good, bro.
What are you laughing for, man?
Oh, pre-recording is done, man.
It's stupid, isn't it?
It's funny, man.
I just refuse to acknowledge you
It's
sometimes.
actually stupid, fam.
Yeah, I'm all good though, man. God is good, man.
All the time.
All the time. God is good.
Amen, amen.
How you lot doing?
I mean, yeah, man, we're here. We're here. We are pre-recording because this time next week we're going to be in Sweden celebrating the young guard Peter's birthday.
Yup.
So yeah.
Yep. Well, hopefully, anyway.
Well, yeah, for some of us.
Hopefully,
Passport back, innit?
when your name is Mohammed, it's a bit long for you, isn't it?
I'm saying, but
Yeah.
hopefully you'll get your passport
Yeah.
God
ready and in time.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
So yeah, man, we're coming to you a week before then. Anyway, so
Sweden.
Sweden, yes, we've been a couple of times, but Mohammed has yet to go, and he doesn't know the powers yet. But he'll learn. He'll learn.
Hey, man. I don't even know what to say.
I mean, it's going to be different because of lockdown and that, but at the same time,
We'll still have a good time, man.
we'll still have a good time.
From what's in that, yeah, we should. Hopefully. I trust you, man.
Yeah, man.
I trust you,
we
man.
got you, man. Don't worry.
I trust you, man. You might can pull it off.
Why you say it like that?
You might can pull it off.
Why you say it like that?
Whatever fun means to you, man.
Sounds
I'm
like
sure you
doubt.
can pull it off.
Sounds like doubt, man.
No, because I've never been in it and it's a lockdown. So the expectation is very. Because I'm going to be with you, man, I'll enjoy it regardless. Do you get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there's fun that I would rather. I want. But hey, man.
Oh, you want it now?
Hey, man, what can I say? No,
This
you
guy's
know I
speaking
don't.
of riddles.
You know I don't. I'm good. As long as I'm with you, man, and the music's good, it's calm. And we beat Tottenham.
Feel you. You won't. Peter, how's your week been?
It's been good, man. Still working from home. I'm getting really bored with lockdown and that. So I'm looking forward to lockdown being.
You just
lifted.
want life back to normal now,
Yeah,
innit?
man.
Like,
I
enough's
just want the
enough,
option
man.
to be able to go out.
Yeah, but life is not going to go back to normal anyway because you're not really going to be able to go out like that. Even if you go out to like a pub or a bar, like you won't be able to get alcohol unless you're having a meal.
I heard they're planning for England to get back to normal for April 5th.
For what?
For us to get back to normal with the vaccine and everything, it's April 5th. For like everything got back. Like say football to go back to normal, clubs being open. And guess what my birthday is? April 6th.
I mean, that's very timely.
Perfect, did it? I read it yesterday. Perfect timing. So you know what we're doing, lads.
Yeah, that's positive.
But before then, probably going to have another lockdown. Probably going to get into a higher tier. That means, everything closing earlier and non-essential places closing up again.
I don't even remember what life was before COVID at this point now. I'm struggling to remember what life was like.
Yeah, it was a while ago. It's peak.
How you been, though, fam?
Yeah, fine. Still on furlough. Just chilling, man.
Oh, okay.
Just chilling. Been watching Sopranos. I made my own website.
First time.
Yeah.
You made your own website?
Mm-hmm.
For real?
Mm-hmm.
How's that going?
What type of website?
Website for my works. Got a page in there for the podcast. Just a website for people to know what I'm about.
It's funny you said that, man, because I put something in my notes page about making a blog/website for Rhymes Like Dimes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Great minds think alike.
Yeah, I mean, I use Squarespace, and Squarespace is fairly easy to use.
Okay.
So yeah, get involved if you want. I will not be managing that one. So.
No, that's fine. I can do that.
Squarespace actually sponsor a lot of podcasts. Like, as in, I listen to podcasts and Squarespace use them to advert.
Yeah, YouTube channels as well.
Yeah.
Mo, how's your week been?
It's been weird. Been working, been chilling, been working, been chilling. I'm tired, man.
Weird in
Like,
what way?
bro. Like, I'm like you. I'm tired of this lockdown. Like, it's getting. I think it's this one is annoying me more than the first one. This one is getting to me much. Like, it's getting to me now. It's like,
Yeah, because we've been
I just
through
want
one.
to see people now.
How's
Man.
your mental health?
That's always calm
Yeah.
in my mind, anyway.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know anything different. But it's getting to the point now where I wanna go work. I wanna see people. I just wanna go out.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's getting to, I'm just like, even little stuff like when I go out and I wear a mask, obviously, but seeing people wear masks annoys me now. Like, fuck, bro, this is all.
Yeah.
It's gonna become the new normal. In fact, it is the new normal.
I think even post-vaccine, like, where it's gonna be a world we live in now where people are gonna be paranoid. I think the paranoia is gonna be, especially if you're a kid. We don't know how it's gonna affect the youngers.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, schools are still open, so I think for them,
I think they're wearing masks.
They're wearing masks.
Or
But for them, the worst is over in a sense. I mean, until schools close down again. But yeah, I mean, I imagine like in the first lockdown, they would have been very much affected. Parents as well. Now
Can you imagine the world going back to normal?
No, there's got to be no such thing.
Well, no, people are going to be more careful.
I can't imagine.
There's going to be more regulations. There's going to be more rules. So the world that we used to know probably won't exist anymore.
I can't imagine going to a club and seeing man and gal going crazy anymore.
Not even Box Park.
Yeah, like, I can't see it, which is very depressing.
Well, in a way, it's a kick up the arse that people needed in certain aspects to be more vigilant with how they regulate stuff. Like supermarkets, for instance,
Yeah,
when you go to like cash points or when you go to like self-checkouts, there's now barriers in between them. Like that should have been happened. So little things like that are for the positive, but obviously the negative is, you might want to think twice about whining on Big Batty LaQuisha in the club.
Who's that, fam?
Why you got to use the Quisha?
Yeah, fam. And who's thinking twice?
I mean, I'm just saying,
The
bro.
minute I get a green light.
LaQuishas definitely have big batties in it. That's why I said it.
I've never met a LaQuisha.
All I'm saying
I've
is,
never met a
Yemi,
LaQuisha
the
either.
minute the green light happens, man are getting crazy.
It's gonna be
fam.
different though.
Man are getting crazy.
It's gonna
The
be very, very
minute,
different.
like, when the horses are about to race and they let the team go on the
Yo,
horses.
Mo's never going for a LaQuisha. Mo's going for like a Rabna.
Rabna.
Yeah.
Is that meant to be a Somali name? I'm asking you, is that meant to be
No,
a
I
Somali
think
name?
Mo's equal opportunity. I
Yeah.
think I think
Yeah, he'll go from an Alice to
Yeah,
a Rabna.
exactly.
To
Alice
LaQuisha.
Rabba to LaQuisha. World tour, not your girls tour.
I just want the record to show it's these man talking. I ain't saying shit.
You don't have to say
I'm
anything.
God fearing man.
We know you.
Hey man, don't be doing that, man.
What do you mean? We know you, bro. Equal opportunity. It's all good though.
Hey,
Equal
what to say? But
opportunity.
yeah, nah, I just can't wait for other than that, I've been good, man.
Fair enough. All right, guys. What we've been listening to this week, Mohammed?
Not a lot, Honestly, it's not a lot. Just because I've been working so much, I haven't really been listening to. I wouldn't say I've been listening to music too tough.
Mm.
I'm watching a lot of battles. I've been getting because
The rap battles.
I feel like I stopped for a while because of the app because they want to be greedy in it. So I stopped watching battles for a long time. Like I was just watching old ones, but then I just started watching it. I binge watched. I remember Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I went crazy for rap for battles. Like I'm talking about. It was literally one after another, after another, after another. So I've been doing that more than listening to music. Came to the resolution that Low Deluxe is the GOAT.
Didn't you already think that?
Yep. But it just solidified it for me.
Sure.
I've got Mook second, Surf third, Hollow fourth, Clips fifth.
Wait, you got Mook above Surf?
Yeah, there's a difference between GOAT and favourite. My Surf is my favourite ever. But Mook as a GOAT has always been the GOAT to me. It's just Surf is my favourite ever. If you ask me who's my favourite battler ever, Surf. If you ask me who the GOAT is, Lux. So it's Lux, Mook. All I wanted from Mook, everyone knows, is just to battle someone from this generation and beat him. That's just been my only criteria. I feel like, am I wrong? That's all I've been asking for a long time. Just battle someone from this generation and let me see what you're about. Because he battled Verb and then he battled Iron Solomon. And
Don't do that.
alright, cool. He battled Iron Solomon and he gave me the worst 5 rounds I've heard in my life.
He still won.
Okay, cool. So what does that mean? Wigan beat Charlton sometimes. They're two dead teams.
Yep. Come on, man. Don't do that. Bro. We
Tell me that wasn't good though.
No, it wasn't.
Anyway, but yeah, so that's my top 5 and I've just been watching battle rap a lot, man. So that's just what I've been on. What are you laughing at?
No, the Wigan Charlton one was good.
Bro, if you know, honestly, it was deep. Okay, now watch Peter. I'm gonna ask Peter a simple question. Just can you tell Peter, give me a yes or no?
Questions.
Can you tell Peter, give me a yes or no? As the quarterback, can you tell Peter, just give me a yes or no answer for this, please?
Don't ask me no questions.
Please.
Peter, I urge you
Please
to answer in only yes or no.
Alright. The Iron Solomon versus Murder Mook battle, was that the worst 10 rounds you've seen in your life? Or up there? 5-5 each.
That's the only battle I've watched with 5-5 each, I think.
Okay, is it one of the worst battles you've ever seen? Be honest.
Not one of the worst.
Okay.
All right, cool.
It's, bro, that's universally known as...
I don't go back to it, but at the time...
How many times have you watched it?
Probably about 3-4 times.
You've watched that? You're a different level Mook fan. Different level.
I go back though. I go back to battles, man, because I don't catch everything
but
after
that
the first watch. I went back to it because I wanted to like really deep what Mook was saying.
You know which one I went back to recently? Yesterday.
Which one?
JC versus Chiller.
Yeah, that's a classic.
Yeah, I love that battle.
Yeah, that's a classic.
All right then. Peter, what you
Sorry,
been
that was a
listening
bit
to?
long-winded.
It's cool though. Peter, what you been listening to this week?
I checked out John Legend's album, his most recent one, which was pretty good. I went back to Who Is Jill Scott Volume 1, which is an amazing album, always will be an amazing album to me, but I was feeling a bit nostalgic, can't remember what day it was, so listen to that. I listened to a funk group called Heat Wave. They've got an album called Central Heating, which is dope.
Very on the nose.
Huh?
Very on the nose.
Yeah, and actually one of the members helped write a couple of tracks on Thriller with MJ, Rod Temperton. So yeah, they're a good group. They're actually from the UK. They've got American members, but I think the group was founded in the UK. I think like the leader was from the UK. I've listened to Yusuf Kamal, Black Focus. Went back to that, yeah, I checked out Omarion's album as well, which was dope.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty
Don't
much
think I've heard that this side of 2003.
What, Omarion? Don't do that.
I mean, I haven't heard anyone say I listened to that
Bro,
Omarion
Omarion,
album.
he's got bangers. Entourage. That's a banger, cuz.
That was a banger.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, I've never heard anyone say with their mouth, I listened to the new Omarion album.
Yeah, it's dope. He's got bangers on
Last
there,
time I came out, I remember when MMG signed Omarion and did a press conference.
I remember that
And then he
too.
came out looking like an idiot, bro.
Yeah, didn't he get like no response?
Yeah, because everyone thought it was a big announcement. Do you remember? It was a big announcement.
Yeah,
Oh my days, they've signed someone.
I blame Rick Ross for that, though.
Because he made it a big deal with it.
Yeah,
Yeah, he saved up
I
the
mean, to
film.
be fair, after signing Stally, like, do you expect anything more?
I don't do that to
And
Stally.
Pill.
I don't-
Hold
Yeah,
tight, Pill.
Pill.
Pill
Where is
got
Pill?
dropped. Pill got
I
dropped.
don't know where Pill is.
Yo, Pill got dropped after that first album. You remember?
Yeah.
He made it because he killed a few songs. I think he was even in by any means, and he killed it. But as in, he made it trash. So he was dead. He deserved to get dropped.
Oh, also her, the singer, she dropped an amazing song, maybe like a month ago, called Damage. Banger. So I've had that on repeat quite a bit.
Shout out to her.
Yeah,
Shout out to her.
she's amazing.
Cool.
Yeah,
What you been listening to?
I've been digging deep on the music this week, mainly from the UK side of things. Listen to Flo Hio's new tape, which is really good. Also listen to, I want to say he's a clarinetist called Control, CKTRL, a little 4-track EP, which is really good. Actually listened to it on the way here. I've listened to SL's new tape, which is really dope. What else have I listened to? I listened to Cleo Soul's album.
First time?
For the first time, yeah.
I told you about it, though.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I move my own pace, sir.
Yeah,
But I listened to her EP like last year,
Peter
like,
was so disappointed.
Winter Songs, I think. So I just hadn't
Because do
listened
you
to the new thing.
remember when I was telling you, man? I think I put it in the group.
I remember, sir.
You did, I think.
I ignored it.
Oh, all right.
Who else?
And then I came back to, okay, I didn't ignore it, but I took a note of it, knowing that I wanted to listen to it,
Yeah.
and then finally got to it.
That was a flipping amazing album, man.
It's a very good album, for sure. Singing is
I'd
on,
love to talk to her.
I'm sure you would. Smell her too.
Yeah, sorry.
It's obviously isn't making it, but yeah.
That was funny, man.
But yeah, listen to that one. I listened to Bree One Way's new tape as well, which is cool. She's got a song on there called Ape Shit, which is really hard. I listen to a lot, man.
You sounds like it.
Singles.
Sounds like it.
Listen to Oscar Wilde Pieces' new EP, really short and sweet one. 4 tracks, like 9 minutes in total. It's good. Lucy's from Rags Original and Benji Flow. Shout out them, man.
Yeah.
And Mini Kings just in general. There's so much music out there that you have to sometimes just dedicate a whole week to just listening to shit.
Yeah.
Which is what I've tried to do. And then next week I'm probably going to listen to more like US releases.
Yeah.
And I've got a long list as well. So yeah, that's pretty much me. That's pretty much all I can remember. Anyway, guys, before we move on to our regularly scheduled program today, I guess what we wanted to do real quick was just kind of address some of the madness going on in the UK music scene right now. It's been a weird and horrible 2 weeks over here for a couple of reasons. The first one surrounding a rapper known as Octavian, who has essentially been exposed by his ex-girlfriend, a girl called Hannah, for essentially being physically, emotionally, mentally and psychologically abusive towards her, to the point where I think he attacked her while she was pregnant with his child, allegedly, and she lost the baby. And boy, the court of public opinion has essentially put him to the sword. He's lost a lot of followers. Like the label that he was on, Black Butter, they've dropped him.
He's been dropped.
No, they put an announcement out that they have dropped him, and this is the day before they dropped him, the day before his debut album was set to release, which apparently has leaked now as well. I was talking to a colleague a couple of days ago, and they said the album leaked. But yeah, Hannah had a sea of evidence, a lot of disturbing images and disturbing DMs and stuff as well that kind of just expose him allegedly for being a monster, really. So that happened. And another thing that's going on is around a rapper known as Dutchavelli as well, and he basically had his Instagram DMs and his Snapchat as well.
No, I just think it was his Instagram.
Just Instagram? Okay. Just his Instagram DMs hacked and revealed to the world, which basically exposed him for allegedly talking to and essentially trying to sort out meeting up with an underage girl. Her family have come out and denied, anything, because apparently they're like family friends and all that. But yeah, the scene has been in a madness right now, and it just kind of goes to show that this sort of madness can just happen anywhere, and the UK scene is no different to overseas or any scene where men in positions of power abuse their power next to the women that are supposed to they're supposed to be close with. So I think I suppose it's a good thing that this kind of came out, because those are two artists especially that have big fan bases, doing really well in their careers and stuff, but they were allegedly like monsters behind the scenes. And we, for one, as a podcast, do condemn wholeheartedly anything that they have done to hurt any of the women that have come out and said that they've done these things to them. So
on the Octavian point though, I wanted to add that I think I saw somewhere that he had actually spoken about either thoughts of doing physical things to a woman or an ex, or he was rapping about actually having done it already.
Yeah, he rapped about it.
Yeah, and I think it was in an interview with, what's my man's name?
Semtex.
Yeah, Semtex. And that took my mind down a real like rabbit hole of like how misogynistic and how rappers generally talk about women and their place within the industry. And it kind of made me feel like what's seen as popular is why he even felt like he could put that in a song. I feel like the way men view women, just generally in society, but especially in rap, is part of the problem as well. So I just wanted to make that a point, and I feel like it's very important that, especially us as men, that we check ourselves and check our privilege and just check like how we view women, how we treat women, and how we talk about women, especially with the music that we're taking in as well, because it's deep,
100%.
When we rap about, when people rap about, even women as bitches and just whatever derogatory term you want to use, like it's shit like that can compel someone like an Octavian to feel like he can express those views and call it art. Do you get what I'm saying?
And his material generally is quite derogatory towards women anyway.
But there's a reason why he felt like he could do that, though. There's a reason why a lot of rappers feel like their music towards women can be derogatory. There's a reason for that. And it's a conversation that we need to probably tackle another day, but it's deep though. And I feel like it comes from a lot of the genesis of it was like early 90s rap.
Yeah, I mean that very much normalized calling women bitches and looking at and rapping about them in derogatory ways. The video vixen as well. You know, all of this,
very important.
Yeah, all of this is like, all of this adds to, you know, how rap in general sees women, and it's bad. Obviously, we've enjoyed, you know, the imagery and all that, like when it's happened, but now that we see it happen to someone so close to home, it's like, bruv, we need to rethink this whole shit.
Yeah, 100%.
We need to think.
And even the last episode as well, man, it just took me down that rabbit hole, man. Just even as far as like, you know, the street content and how that can spill out into real life. It's the same sort of premise as far as like, just like, you know, language used towards women in rap and how that can spill over into real life in society. And I think these are certain things that we need to really start speaking out on, man. Fans, artists themselves, we just all need to start just picking shit apart. Well, it ain't right. It can come across as normal just because we've heard it for so long, but when you really deep it, man, it ain't right. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think it's important that we speak on it. For sure.
And I think how Octavian has kind of been dealt with since all this came out, like he's lost a ton amount of followers. His album was like scrapped, but pretty much. I think hopefully we're seeing a change of the guard in that respect, to where we're gonna really start putting these artists that do this sort of stuff to the sword, making sure that they don't eat, making sure that they don't profit off, you know, doing that sort of shit. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully that's the start of something new. But you know, obviously it remains to be seen. Yeah, it remains to be seen. But
I mean, it's probably a lot deeper, in it. It goes down to what, like, society as well, innit? Do you know what I mean? So it's probably a lot deeper, but we've got to
I mean, obviously,
innit?
Obviously the music scene is a microcosm of what's going on in society, but you got to start somewhere, I guess.
Yeah,
you got to tackle things brick by brick, and you know, shout out to Hannah for having so much evidence against Octavian as well,
and the courage to speak out, because it ain't easy.
Yeah, and you know, she would post everything on Instagram, and they would take it down, and she would just repost it again as well. So like
which is crazy. I don't know why they took it down.
Instagram was weird, bro.
Yeah, I don't know why
Instagram was taking down stuff about NSARS. Like they
even
weird.
took down. Remember the guy that picked up the little girl? They took that down a few times as well.
Yeah, exactly.
They took that down a few
exactly.
times.
They're just weird. They're weird that way. Yeah, man. Shout out to Hannah for that, man, and shout out to any woman who is strong enough to just go forward with their abuse as well. And in the aftermath, like I've seen so many other people get. I saw Black Twang get exposed.
I swear.
Apparently, he used to like beat his ex. Then I'm just like, what's going on, bro?
What's the responsibility of rappers to speak out? Let's take the.
You mean if they know?
Take the Dutch one, for example. Allegedly of what he's done. Anyone that's got a feature of him that come out recently, is there a responsibility of them to be like say how Bouncer done it? Do you think there's a responsibility?
For the people that don't know, what did Bouncer do?
Bouncer essentially went on Instagram and.
Who is Bouncer?
Bouncer, I believe he works with Crypto Conan. I don't know what's
Isn't he their manager?
I think he's their manager, but I don't want to say that. I just know he's part of that team, and he's heavily indoctrinated in Play Dirty, so he might be their manager. What he done, which is, I feel like he was the first one, one of the first ones anyway. He went on video and just essentially spoke about what Dutchavelli's been alleged, or what he's been alleged. He was just like, look, we've got to deal with this now. This can't go any further. Like, we've got to lock all of this off now. All the music he makes, everything that we support, we've got to stop all of that now. And I think he kind of was like, yo, rappers, it's on you guys as well to, this is one of your colleagues. You man now need to speak out and be like, we're not, fuck all of that. So my point is, he done it, but even though he's part of the industry, he's a manager. Is there responsibility on the rappers to be like, yes, I've got a song with him, but I didn't know this, and now that I know it, I'm good. Like, fuck him, allegedly what he's done, all of that.
See, you love the word responsibility and duty, because you said the same shit in the flipping last episode.
That's two different things, though.
Not really, though, because
it is,
responsibility and duty.
Giving back to the hood's different.
But what I mean is, responsibility and duty are essentially the same thing.
Yeah.
Like I imagine you think that it is a rapper's responsibility to call someone out if they're linked to them, right?
Do I think they have to?
Do you think it's a responsibility for them?
I think once we know beyond a shadow of a doubt, yes. Not saying that we don't know with Dutchavelli. I'm just saying, but once we know, do you know what I mean?
Well, that's the thing. Like,
yeah, I think once you know beyond the shadow of doubt, that's when you come out.
Yeah, but when it comes to other rappers, it's a thing where they need to. I imagine they need to have very concrete evidence.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, some kind of proof maybe conviction or, you know, the rapper in question coming out and saying this stuff for them to actually do it. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, because
it's hard for them to just work on hearsay and just condemn someone.
I follow you.
Because it gets techie that way. Because it might affect business, it might affect their affiliation with the rapper, it might affect further opportunities in that regard. So people got to think about their pocket as well, which is mad when you think about it, considering, you know, especially what Dutchavelli's being accused of. But it's a tricky one.
It's a tricky one because Bouncer got a lot of praise for what he done. So people wanted it, clearly. People want...
Yeah, from the outside looking in.
Outside looking in, people wanted someone to speak out. Because the minute Bouncer done it, the admiration he got was crazy.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? So clearly we was looking for someone to be like, look, it just can't be the outside speaking against what he's been alleged of. We need someone on the inside to be like, look, this isn't it. And I feel like he was the first one that really, obviously see Biz done what he done, but I feel like.
But I also think that some of these rappers, that they probably don't believe it as well. They either don't believe it or they just won't say anything.
But with Dutch, isn't there like screenshots and that?
There are screenshots, but I mean,
it's still alleged. Like
people will still say, people will still not believe it.
People still don't believe, and I'm not comparing the two. People still feel Kelly was innocent, and I'm not comparing the two at all. That's just the way people mindset.
At this point, nobody
people still stand outside R. Kelly.
Nobody doubts that.
People in Chicago still stand outside when he was having a court case saying, "Yo, he's innocent." They're just trying to tear down another black man.
That's a small minority of people, though.
No, I'm not saying it's the majority.
People were saying that about Octavian as well. You're trying to tear down a good black man, blah blah blah.
That's the rhetoric people use.
Oh, is it black men saying that?
Yeah,
Octavian's thing, 100%.
Yeah,
I'm not saying people. I'm just saying people would always.
Some black men.
Once someone becomes a fan of someone, it's hard for them to look at anything other than the positive of someone.
And when you're a rapper and you hear about another rapper that you're close to being accused of these things, it just puts you in a very tight position.
Yeah, because what do you do?
Exactly.
Right. And this bit if you can keep it, and if you want, you can take it out. I don't really mind. But we can use us as an example because we were in a similar situation. We had somebody on the podcast who had allegations against him, and we had talks amongst ourselves as to whether we were going to keep the episode up. So I guess even if there is just allegations, I think it's really up to you to decide how you want to move forward. I think just because of how women typically have been like treated when they have been abused and when they do come out, it's very like it's murky, innit? You got to be careful. So I kind of rate Bouncer, whether he's got all the information on.
I respect it 100. Yeah,
I mean,
like fully,
because from on the optics, it's looking like my man's guilty. You know what I'm saying? So I think back to your original question. I think rappers should speak up, even if it is just allegations. Speak up. Do you know what I'm saying? Just because of historically,
because you know
how society have treated women that have been abused,
and you know enough to, because it looks murky enough where you have every right to speak.
When Tory and Meg went through, when Tory allegedly shot Meg, Kehlani took him straight off her album.
Yeah, immediately.
She didn't even have all the facts.
So did another.
A woman had been hurt.
Yeah.
And you're being accused of it. That's enough for me. And that's how Kehlani was moving. I'm not mad at that.
I'm not mad at that.
I rate her for that.
Yeah, I kind of rate her for that.
She didn't wait. She didn't wait 2 seconds.
You know what I mean? No. So even with us, we didn't have all the information, but we were like, yo, I don't know if we can keep the episode up with my man. That's because we got a duty. Do you know what I'm saying?
But I'm not. And if it came out that it was true, then we would have condemned it. We would have 100%. We would have taken all that down. I guess for us, the interim discussions were, for me anyway, was, you know, if this turns out to be true, what do we do, sort of thing. And I feel like in the UK anyway, maybe because people are more, maybe from what I can see anyway, people are more buddy, you know, and people might not be as educated or want to be as educated about how women are treated generally as like the next man. They might genuinely believe that, you know, the person is a victim of conspiracy. You know, people, there's an agenda against them, blah blah blah, and they might want to cape for that person as well. So you got to take that in consideration. I mean, everyone should speak up anyway, but where they think it might affect their whatever, it becomes tricky. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So
especially if it comes out, let's just say, argument's sake, it comes out that Dutch is innocent. Then those that have come out and condemned him, that have collaborated with him, look a bit. I don't think they do.
And I feel like
I don't think they do. So I don't think they do.
Okay.
I think if you speak out against Dutch now, and he ends up being innocent, you still didn't jump the gun because you still got enough evidence to where it's looking funny.
Yeah, but we live in an era now where people don't want to be seen publicly as a certain type of way. I feel like,
what do you mean?
You don't really want to look crazy, basically.
Yeah.
So,
and you never want to offend your political connects.
That too.
I agree. And I'm just saying, I'm not even talking about the inner circle. I'm just talking about to us as fans. Say if Dutch does end up being innocent, no one's looking at Bouncer any less.
No, not at all, because he spoke out.
That's
what
my point.
He thought was wrong.
That's exactly my point. We still rate what he done.
Cool, but there are also other people in those circles in the industry that might think that if they do come out and it turns out to be wrong,
you sold out your guy.
Well, not even that. Just I look a little crazy right now because I accused an innocent man.
Yeah, it's true.
So I might lose respect in these streets. I might lose respect wherever, sort of thing. So it's about saving face as well, I feel like.
And people don't understand. There's also road elements as well. People forget that. Dutch still comes from a certain life. So it's like, some rappers might, honestly, this ain't even banter. Some rappers just might be scared to speak out because it's like, what if I see this guy?
That's real.
Like, I might come across Dutch one day, and if I said something and I see him, I know I'm not protected enough to where I can defend myself adequately. So it's
real.
do you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like, some rappers we can't hold it. I don't think we can hold it against them fully because it's like, this ain't America. America is big enough to where I don't see someone.
Listen,
do you get what I mean? If someone lives in Chicago and I live in Texas, I can speak out against you.
Listen,
if we live in London, it's
listen. So, someone. I mean, with Octavian and a couple other people, like, we could talk about Skepta. Skepta has been very, very quiet about the people that around him are being accused of doing this sort of shit. Solo 45 is in jail right now for being a fucking monster. So ASAP Bari had that thing against him, sexual assault. Octavian now as well. Now, I'm not trying to say that Skepta's like an enabler or anything, but he's around these people and he stays silent 100% of the time.
But Skepta's not the only one though, because I think...
Yeah, of course he's not the only one.
I was going to ask you, when DVS got found guilty on all those charges, did Jar Jar Soze come out and say...
Jar Jar didn't.
Did anybody come out?
You tell me.
PDC really didn't talk about it.
Okay.
Jar Jar, I think, spoke about it once. Tell her that. I think Jar Jar spoke about it once.
But why though?
But Jar Jar wasn't... I wouldn't say Jar Jar went interview heavy.
I don't know, bro, man. It's a deep-rooted question.
Exactly.
But I also heard... Yeah, it's a tricky one because I
think it's a mixture of, like, obviously you don't want to offend your connects because that's obviously that's your people's, and you might genuinely think it's better to just be silent. Some people just think that it's genuinely better for them to be silent, whether that's right or wrong.
Distance yourself from it.
Yeah, whether you think it's right or wrong is up to you, but people take whatever route of action that they think is best for them, and the overall picture of, like, their relationship with said person. So that's why the whole responsibility aspect for me is a bit murky because you got to consider all of that. If it was me in that position, of course I would, because I don't give a fuck. But, some people do. You know what I'm saying? So it's a mad one.
Just prayers out to everybody involved, man. Like, even with Octavian specifically, man, I hope he gets help. I mean, he's guilty, isn't it?
Well, I mean, I think he's under investigation right now.
Well, if we're to believe this young lady, which I've got no reason to doubt what she said, there's evidence, photographic evidence, then he clearly needs help because it's also a mental illness as well. Like, that physical abuse is deep rooted within it. So, we can condemn him, but I mean, as another black man, I still pray that he gets himself together and gets the help that he might need as well.
Prayers out to Hannah. Prayers out to the 14-year-old girl. I hope they're both okay. I hope they're fine. I hope they're, feeling better. I hope they're getting the care that they need. And yeah, man, I generally just, like, men need to do better. The industry needs to do better.
Fans need to do better, man. Once, whether it's our favorite rapper, our favorite musician, whatever, and it comes out they're alleged to do something crazy and it's found out, we need to do better. Just stop listening to that person, man.
Well, again, they've started with Octavian because, again, like, Octavian's already lost quite a bit. So while you're not gonna eradicate all of his fans, because that's just not possible,
it's enough.
It's enough. It's enough. All right, guys, let's move on to the next topic. So obviously, as rap fans, commercial rap fans, some of us, We've obviously recognised that the main.
Why did I feel like you were sending for me?
Because I was. We feel like the main sound driving commercial rap right now, and really for the last, I want to say 5, 6, maybe even 7 years, is trap music. And that has been the sound that's dominated the radio, has dominated the charts, maybe even dominated some parts of the streets as well. And obviously we've been through different eras of, you know, one sound dominating. Obviously we've had boom bap, we've had G-funk, we had gangster rap, now we've got trap. So I guess what I was thinking was, as much of a run that trap is in right now as far as like commercially, how long can the run last? And do we see the run like finishing anytime soon? Because obviously you got people like Migos and Future who kind of popularized it, you know, and other artists that maybe weren't so trap focused, you know, incorporating the sound a lot more, maybe like Drake and stuff like that. So, you know, it's obviously a thing, but lads, what do we think? Do we think that trap is here to stay as far as the commercial sound of rap?
I mean, I wish it'd leave.
Really?
Yeah.
Tell me more.
I just wish it would go away and disappear.
Yo, that's so
No,
rude.
I'm playing, man. I'm just saying that.
Are you
that's
playing?
That's what people expect me to say.
No. Heck no.
There's a part of me
Don't
that
do
feels that way, but you need balance. Do you know what I mean? Like, even when I go out with you guys, we're hitting a club or like go to a house party, whatever, like, I don't necessarily want to listen to what I listen to in my yard. Do you know what I'm saying? Just
Because that's not going
There will
out
be
music.
no one at the rave.
Precisely.
I said just hear Black Thought, try to get a wine.
No, I wouldn't even.
Can you imagine?
I wouldn't even do that.
That's so yuck.
I don't want to whine to someone while someone's saying diplomat, aristocrat, pistol slap.
Ah, fam.
Wait, no, the diplomat, pistol slap aristocrats.
Are you trying to get a wine?
Any rapper sending for me, I'ma send a missile back. That's not whining material.
I said mid-wine, get rap
That's a bar for sure. But I'm not, yeah, but that's a like at home, Hoover in your house bar.
Who's
Not a big batty LaQuisha wine bar. You know what I'm saying?
Love Lucretia.
Listen, shout out.
Have you met a LaQuisha?
No, I haven't met anyone with
It's
Isha.
probably in his
well,
head, isn't it?
Actually, no. I've met an Aisha, but I ain't met a LaQuisha. No.
Oh, Aisha's a bait name.
I don't know, man. Like, trap music seems like it's here to stay, and I feel like as long as the popular artists are using this sound, it's going to be around to stay. I feel like when a new artist comes out and becomes popular, if that's the sound that they're predominantly pushing, then it's just going to be passed on to the next artist that comes after them, and then the next one. It's going to be up to a popular artist, I guess, to maybe incorporate a different sound for trap to not be as prominent as it is. I'll give it its just due though, man. It's lasted a very long time.
I feel like trap generally, I feel like there's an accessibility factor to it. Because as I've mentioned before, there was boom bap, which is obviously New York, and only really seemed to be New York or East Coast. G-funk, exclusively West Coast. Whereas trap, even though it developed in the South, it seems to be like a sound that anyone and everyone can use. Maybe it's
gone worldwide.
Yeah, it's gone worldwide. I feel like maybe that's because obviously, you know, the internet and stuff. So all these sounds are kind of just like out there now. But it just seems as if like trap is more of an equalizer. It seems like more people are more inclined to use it.
Is it because it's easier to do?
It might be easier to rap over. Because obviously,
and it's a formula. You've got a formula with that. You know that if you have a trap sounding beat, you can pull in a lot of ears, just because that's the popular sound right now, isn't it? So why wouldn't like better artists be latching onto that sound? Why wouldn't it be a sound that is lasting for so long?
Yeah,
I mean, we with every new artist that comes, the sound just keeps like being pushed further and further down the line, isn't it? So it's just going to last for longer. And I think with this sound, it allows people, more and more rappers, to start feeling like they can rap too. So you get more and more rappers coming into the game, and it's becoming overly like saturated as well.
So wait, you think trap has dumbed down hip hop?
100%.
Wow.
100% has. But it's also allowed for a lot more people to feed their families though. So I can't even be mad at it. There's a lot of people that maybe couldn't do, if trap wasn't the main sound,
They wouldn't have been able
they
to.
won't be able to like enter the rap game. Do you know what I'm saying? So I can't
think-
even be mad at it too tough. But
Listen, man.
for the pure quality of music, you're damn right I'm mad at it.
I feel like you could argue the same in some respects about gangster rap as well, in a sense where the Bloods and the Crips made an album called Bangin' on Wax.
I only Yemi would know
Gang
that.
members,
Made an album
I
called what?
assume, Bangin' on Wax. This was like the early 90s.
Of course.
It's because I watch a lot of hip hop DX and the breakdown and shit. Shout out to Justin Hunt and Murs and Paige Kennedy, even though they've gone downhill since Paige Kennedy started doing them. But you know, I feel like you could say the same about that for any generation, as far as like the dumbing down of it.
Of what, lyricism?
You could say that actually, yeah.
Yeah, you could say that. Lyricism, just general music making.
Yeah.
Because again, any rapper and every rapper, quote unquote, and their dog can flip on any kind of beat. And obviously the flavor of the day now is trap, and they feel like they can do stuff. Like it's the same in the UK. Like there's loads of people that hop on trap beats, cannot rap.
It just sounds nice.
Is drill doing that as well? It's allowing more people the opportunity to explore the art form, even if they're not necessarily that lyrically skilled.
Yeah.
That's always been the case though. You've always had people that ain't lyrically. Obviously, it's more now.
But I also think with drill, or just any, okay, let's just talk about drill. I feel like the real artists in drill and the people who can actually rap stand out because they use drill as kind of like a launching pad, and then once they're kind of in a position, they'll just explore other their interests. It's like Heady One is doing it, Lowski's doing it, you know. So that it's kind of like an in, you know what I'm saying? In the same way that trap is. To say that it's been dumbed down, yeah, of course you could argue that, but it is quite a fun sound. You know what I mean? You've got countless bangers from it, especially from the last like 5 years. So for that alone, it's going to be here for a while longer, while people can still make those kind of bangers.
I can't see it going anywhere, because if you forget the rappers for a sec, just forget the rappers for a second. The biggest producers are coming out from from the south more time anyway. So if the biggest producers are getting, like, the up and coming ones are coming from Atlanta and coming from the south. Yeah. If the rappers ain't gonna keep it alive, the producers will. Yeah. Whether it's the Tay Keiths, the Metro Boomins, the Mike D's, whoever.
Who you pardon?
Pardon?
You're pardon.
I don't want to talk too much. But this is a fire point. But do you get what I mean though? So even if the rappers ain't gonna keep it up, you've got too many up and coming producers that will keep the sound alive. And then the ones that watch them are now thinking, all right, for me to reach that level, I've got to essentially do what these guys done. Look at Mustard. Mustard went from being originally West Coast type production to kind of slightly moving towards the south. If you look at the later years of his career, he went from predominantly with YG sticking to kind of one thing, whether it was him and YG, whether it's him and the Game or whoever, and then slowly started pushing out to the south type production. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel
like that's,
you've definitely hammered home. You've hammered home a great point. Like obviously producers, if that's all they're going to be doing, especially new and up and coming producers, and they're going to be producing trap music, then the options for a lot of rappers are very like minimal as far as trying to branch out, and a lot of them will start to make they'll start their musical journey doing trap and stuff, and they'll probably move forward that in hopes of having a hit or whatever, and that will just kind of convince them that, you know, trap is the way to go.
How many trap sounding musicians are actually like speaking about trap within their content now, like trapping?
I think it's
diluting a lot now.
Or is it because with gangster rap, like it was more the content? I don't think gangster rap had a sound.
No, it didn't have a sound.
Exactly. So with trap, it's got a sound, but is the content matching the sound? Does it have to match the sound?
I don't think it has to. Is it? Not really. I wouldn't say. I don't think the new generation anyway. I think it's more so just the sound. Obviously, when T.I. created trap, he was talking about trapping. But
Jeezy,
exactly,
Gucci.
Exactly. So that was a lot more about the content. Whereas now, because trap is now essentially a subgenre, because back then I don't necessarily think it was a subgenre. It was more so the mentality. Whereas now it's a subgenre. It's a sound through which people can just hop on a beat, rap about whatever, and do whatever. I think Lil Pump is a prime example. He probably raps over trap, and all he did was scream Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, get a big flipping song. You know what I'm saying? That fucking Trump supporter. But you know, it's definitely just an avenue now, especially for young kids who aren't like lyrically capable, like Lil Pump and stuff. So, you know, it's very much taken over as far as going from a mentality to a sound, and that's what makes it easier for a lot of the young rappers and just rappers who want to be in the know, who want to be current, who want to be relevant, to just hop on, basically, in the States anyway.
It's like, yeah, I agree. And if you look at majority of rappers now anyway, the up and coming ones, like I think the Babies from South, ain't he?
Yeah.
Little Babies from South. There's too many people coming out from them ends where it can get stopped. There's too many. These lot have got a revolving door of artists coming out.
It's because the South have been dominating hip hop for the last like 20 years.
For a long
been
time.
20 years?
20 years, that's probably generous. I'd probably say like
15?
I probably would have said 10.
No.
It's definitely
15
not 20.
years.
Don't give it
Bro,
20.
The South have been running
Since
shit
2005.
for time.
Since 2005.
You're saying from
When did 50 come out?
03.
I want to say like 06 maybe. When did Jeezy come out?
Oh,
When did he drop his first album?
07?
You
06?
probably answer your own
I
question now.
check. I would have said 07. I would have guessed 07.
Because when Jeezy, T.I., when the man came out, that was when...
The shift.
In fact...
His first album came out
when
05.
when these one hit, when we were getting a slew of one hit wonders,
I was going to say Soulja Boy.
that's when we started really deviating away from what, like the more boom bap, lyric driven, and that was like, I want to say that was mid 2000s.
I was going to say
Jeezy's first album came out 05.
I was going to say Soulja Boy onwards, and that was 07. I don't think the South was dominating.
No, I was listening to Jeezy a lot before.
Yeah, but would you say the South
So
was
then 20
dominating
years
back then?
ain't. So I wasn't wrong then.
20 years, bro.
13 years.
About 13.
Which is closer to 10 than 20, if you want to deep it.
If you want to be specific.
If you want to be specific.
I would give it from... I tend to agree with more of Pete a little bit with when T.I. and Jeezy were starting to bubble. Is when...
Dominating, though.
Ludacris.
It's not domination, bro. Because 50 is still about. Even by 05. Even by 07, he's still about dominating.
But 50 sound was like influenced. He took some stuff from the South too.
What does
even
Fink
tell
count
you
as?
that himself?
What does...
what was he taking from the South?
Like he had a slur that he took. Like he would use words like Maine. Like that's all. That's Southern shit.
I've got a question.
Not New
Does
York
that? But does that suggest domination?
I've got a question for you.
It suggests like trinklets of influence that would bubble on domination.
What's New Orleans?
That's in the South.
That's the South.
Because Wayne was 06, 07.
I didn't even mention Lil Wayne.
Wayne was 06.
I'm giving you 07.
Wayne was Carter 2 was what, 05?
I'm still not saying that South were dominating rap by 05.
I would say, what did you say?
Obviously, we need a definition of dominating.
When did you say?
I said
Dominating
07.
is where
07 is fine.
No,
07 is fine.
The prominent sound in rap was Southern sounding music. That's a domination right there. From like, even when 50 came out, hip hop didn't feel like it was coming from the East Coast. Even when 50 was out.
Yeah,
so
50 dominated it. Bro.
Yeah, 50 was dominating, bro. I don't know, man. I feel like if I'm gonna be generous or give a bit more leeway, then I'll say 2006. From like 2006, maybe 2007 onwards.
I'd say 2007 onwards. I think between maybe like 05 and 07, it may have been a bit more of a free for all where the transition was happening. But I'm not gonna say that from 05 onwards, the South was dominating.
I tend to agree.
All right,
with you.
2007. I'll say Soulja Boy came out 2007.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's from Soulja Boy onwards.
Okay, cool.
That's
still what?
That's still 13 years.
Coming up to 14.
Yeah, that's a long time. Of course.
Coming up to 14 years. That's a ridiculous run. That is an absolute joke of a run, and I can't see it stopping. Travis Scott, the baby, little baby. I can't see it stopping.
Yeah, but then them Franchise Boys came out in 2004.
Bro, I ain't got time for this. We're not debating the Franchise Boys on this podcast.
No, but they're from the South.
Oh, cool, let them stay there.
I think there's a difference between having a big hit and dominating.
Jay Quan was from Atlanta.
Because like I said,
it all contributes though.
Yeah, it contributes. But like I said, between 05 and 07, I feel like that's when the transition was happening. I don't think the South was dominating right from the back of, like, as soon as the massacre dropped. Okay, yeah, the South was dominating. You know what I'm saying? I feel like there was a transition period where you did have the big hits. You did have them.
I think you've just got an issue with the word dominating because, like, even when Massacre came out and that, bro, like, hip hop sound was still a very Southern type energy that was around.
What, you know,
is that dominance to you?
Probably not by the definition of the word, but something was happening where
I think it was a transition.
Hip hop was sounding Southern.
I think it was a transition. I don't think it was dominance. Because I think when I think of dominance, I think like numbers. And if we're going solely by numbers,
apart from 50, no one from the East was putting up numbers.
But 50 is very important in that respect because he was the one putting up the numbers for the whole East Coast, more so than anyone from the South. Outkast aside, probably. So that's why I say between like 05 and 07, 06-ish, there was a transition going on. I don't think it was necessarily, you turn on the light, East Coast is dominating, you turn off the light, now the South Coast is dominating. I feel like there was a transition period to where once certain things were put into place, like the big hits, you could then say, okay, yeah, South is dominating now.
And they've had it ever since.
Fine.
And they've had it ever
I'll
since.
accept that.
And they've had it since.
I can't see it stopping anytime soon. Like I said, the producers are going to keep it going. The rappers will keep it going. And Atlanta's got the way Atlanta seem to support each other isn't like any other state. Atlanta really, really ride for each other. So it's a case where they're always going to have each other's back. There's always going to be 3 or 4 artists they come out every other year, every 3 years. Whereas it seems like with other states or other ends, it takes a little while. And they usually pick 1 or 2 people. Like say West Coast, I would say right now you got Roddy. That's only 1.
As far as what?
I mean Kendrick's still.
No, I'm talking about the new people.
Baby Keem.
Yeah. But you've got to really struggle to think of names. Whereas we're talking about just Atlanta, not even the South. And these lot got how many names that you could just reel off? Do you get what I mean?
Before trap, what was like the commercial sound? How would you define the commercial sound?
I would say
was it just like a R&B type of hip hop track where you had 16 and then you had an R&B singer on the hook?
I think it's what.
Sometimes themselves singing the hook.
To be honest, I think it was whatever Jay and Ye and maybe a couple others were doing.
No,
I don't think that was a uniform sound.
Ja Rule had a sound that everyone bit on for a little while.
Like what?
What sound was that?
The whole singing the chorus thing you were just mentioning it.
Only one person bit off that.
Who's that? Drake?
50 Cent.
Oh, yeah, 50 bit it hard. This guy cussed him for doing it and then took it.
Yeah, man. I think
hypocrisy.
Yeah, for real. I think before trap, I think it goes into more so what the biggest artists were doing, and the biggest artists were obviously doing a bunch of different things. Kanye was going through his different stages. Jay as well. Maybe even early Drake. Wayne, whatever Wayne was doing. Which would you really call what he does Southern music?
Who, Wayne?
Yeah.
Nah.
Exactly. So whatever he was doing, I think it's more so what the biggest artists were doing rather than a uniform sound, whereas trap came in and kind of just blew out the park. Really.
Everyone jumped on it.
Yeah. I mean, if anyone has any suggestions, audience or whatever, just let us know what you think the commercial sound was before trap. But I can't really think.
Even pop stars tried doing trap. Man, they tried to have a whole album fire.
Ariana Grande as well.
Ariana Grande. Old Town Road.
Yeah.
That was the biggest song of the decade.
Even that whole Lil Nas X in general.
Yeah, like trap really has redefined music to a certain extent.
Oh, redefined.
No, do you get what I mean though? Like the crossover it's had.
No, you're right.
But it's not the first time that there's been a crossover.
It's not. I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying, but for this long.
That's the first one that was any good.
But for this long, for 14 years. It's a long time, bro.
I mean, nah, I disagree with that. There wasn't like, how many different people have tried to cross over with trap? That's probably akin to like when different artists from different genres were probably tapping into hip hop at different stages as well. So I don't.
But I
don't know if I'm going to give. I'm not giving trap that. I'm talking about
one sound though, not necessarily jumping into rap. I'm talking about just jumping into one sound.
If I'm not mistaken, I want to remember the year.
You remember the year?
Prince's Diamonds and Pearls. If I'm not mistaken, I believe he had a rapper on there called Tony M, right? And there was rapping on that album.
I think it.
And I wanna, if I can remember the year, then you know what? Let me just check.
Yeah, you win
that. You're talking more so about the act of rapping rather than a rap sound.
I'm talking about the sound. So the point I'm trying to make is I'm arguing Mo's point because I'm not giving trap. I'm
not saying trap discovered the crossover between pop music.
No, but you're saying that like it's the most type of pop crossover that we've seen.
No, I'm saying it's gone to the point where we're hearing pop songs sound like trap songs. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, you're right.
I've never seen so many pop songs sound like, back in the day, a pop song was a pop song. Yeah, you'll get the odd 1, 2, 3 that will cross over. Now you're getting half a Ariana Grande album with trap beats.
James Blake had some
You've
trap
never
beats in his
seen that
last
before,
album.
in my opinion.
But one trap beat.
Yeah, but you've never seen that, in my opinion. Half of Ariana Grande songs got trap beats.
Yeah, you're right.
Do you know what I mean?
As far as like pop stars utilizing a rap sound,
I don't think we've seen it to this level. That's my only point.
yeah, I feel you. It's not like Michael Jackson was singing over Boom Bap, was he?
Nah, fam.
Although probably would have been fire. But yeah.
He could do anything he wants.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I get your point. But
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get your point. And I get Peter's valiant effort to argue it. But
Don't say it like that.
hey, listen, it was valiant.
No, don't say that.
Listen, man, I'm just saying. So I guess in conclusion, then, Travis here to stay. Then,
Yeah,
it seems that way.
it's not moving anywhere anytime soon.
I hear that.
Salute to all of them, though.
I mean, it'd be interesting to see what the next sound will be that takes over. Probably be an amalgamation of everything we've seen so far.
I don't know what it's gonna be, man. I ain't got a clue. There's no point even hazarding a guess.
Let's move on to the fun topic.
Let's go.
Obviously,
This is gonna be a doozy. I can't wait.
Obviously, rap fans are probably the most opinionated people on the planet.
Yep.
And they like to put a lot of credence to their opinion, almost to the point where they try to make something that's just a bold-faced lie seem like actual like human like truth. So we kind of just wanted to get into like the funnier aspects of that. So guys, what are some of the rap opinions that you feel like people have tried to make popular that just aren't true?
Let me go first, man.
I was
You
gonna
go
say
first.
something. You go first.
Pete has been dying.
Peter,
to
how
go
many have you got, by
first.
the way?
I've only got one.
Same here, but
Yeah.
I want to hear yours.
2 Chainz can really rap. Now, the amount of times I've heard that, bruv, and every time I hear that,
No, you know why Peter's a bastard, yeah? Because it's the really can really rap.
All you need to leave it
bro.
as 2
'Cause
Chainz
that's
can
what
rap.
they say. They try to convince me that yo, 2 Chainz really be barring, and I'm just like, nah, man, I can't hear it, bro. I really can't hear
Who
it.
are these people?
Do you know what I'm saying, bro? I hear it all over the place, man. Charlemagne, I've heard Charlemagne say, and I've had like friends say it as well, try to convince me that yo, go listen to his mixtape. I think True Religion or something like that. That yo, he's barring, man. He was going back and forth with Jadakiss. It's
Stop it.
it's to die for.
Stop it.
So I'm just like, yeah, no.
No
Just
one,
no,
no
innit?
parts of Jay.
Yeah, I just don't hear it, man. Like, big up 2 Chainz, I just don't hear it. He's just not a great rapper to me. I don't hear it.
I feel like he's improved. I think was it
I don't
Rap or
listen
Go
to
to the
him enough
League?
to say,
Don't.
I think Rap or Go to the League, he was rapping at a higher level. But I think people get that confused with he raps at a high level. He was rapping higher than he usually does. But he doesn't rap at a high level. So people need to relax on that one there.
He should have gone to the league.
He should have gone to the league. Master P2. But yeah, cool.
That's a great one.
2 Chainz can really rap.
That's a great one.
My one,
Oh boy.
Take Care is a classic album.
oh man,
I agree with that.
Absolutely not. And I will die on that hill
It's his best album to me.
naked. I'll die on that hill naked. I'm sorry.
It's his best album though, to me, personally.
No,
I think it's his best.
negative.
Sorry.
Absolutely not.
Sorry. I can't have that opinion.
Now, obviously, my bias comes into this because I just think it's an awful album.
You think it's
it's
awful?
I think it's an awful album.
Awful.
I think it's an awful album, guys. I've said this, guys. I don't know why you man are reacting.
No,
like this.
you've never said awful.
yeah, you ain't
You've never
used
said
the
awful.
word
I've said it's a trash album. I've been said this.
I don't know if I've heard you say trash, bro.
Yo, don't
Peter.
do that to take
Trash.
care,
Peter.
bro.
I've said
I've heard you
countless
say.
times
I've
trash
heard, I've
album.
heard you say you don't believe it to be a classic, but trash?
I've said it's a trash album.
That's crazy.
It's
That's
a-
crazy.
For me, awful album anyway,
That's fucking insane.
and definitely not anywhere near a classic.
I agree with you, it's not a classic, but it's a great album.
No.
It's a really good album.
It's
man.
yeah, man.
Okay. So where do we go from here? Like,
You know
what
what can we do? It's his opinion.
Yeah, boy.
Something with Lord
That's
knows
crazy.
something with Lord knows cannot be trash.
take Lord knows out of it.
You
It's
still
an awful
got
album.
you still got headlines, Crew Love, Take Care,
I'm good on all of those.
We'll Be Fine, Make Me Proud, Lord knows,
The ride.
good ones.
I'm good on all of that.
Hell yeah, fucking right.
You just don't like Drake though, man.
The motto.
That's not true. You have this narrative that I don't like Drake, and it's just not
I feel
true.
like you don't like Drake.
It's just not true.
Wait, I've got
Peter.
an opinion. My one's coming on that.
I dare relay, it's not true.
My one's coming. On that.
I don't know why you paint this narrative.
because that's how you make me feel.
By me saying that an album that you think is good is trash.
No, but like it's critically acclaimed and it's renowned.
Who gives a fuck if
You
it's critically
shouldn't be
acclaimed?
talking. Yo,
it's
allow
re-
it. Don't bring critically.
Who gives a
What does
fuck
that
if it's
mean?
critically
What does that
acclaimed?
mean? Critically acclaimed don't mean nothing.
The point I was trying to make is like,
Little B's I'm Gay was critically acclaimed.
was it?
Yes,
You sure?
probably.
No, the reason why I said that was because I was trying to make the point of making you realize that, and this probably doesn't even matter, but like it's renowned and seen as just across the board as one of his best albums. So for you to say it's trash, that's a lot, because I don't think I've ever heard anyone call it trash. And I'm a harsh critic, but that's a really good album.
Yeah, you are though.
Trash.
So for you to call it trash, boy, I don't know, innit?
Trash. But it don't mean I don't like Drake. I quite like Drake.
That's
actually.
crazy.
I'm a big Drake fan. I think I love so.
That's a crazy
Thank Me
take.
Later. Okay,
My take's on Drake as well, by the way.
I'll happily be labelled crazy for that one.
So what's his best album to you?
Nothing was the same.
What's his second best album?
What's his second best?
I think you'll say Thank Me
Later. Thank Me Later. Yeah, Thank Me Later. Yeah, and then the rest is just there's a very big
Better
gap.
than Take Care.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you're bugging, man.
Nope.
Yeah,
I personally,
you're big bugging.
I don't think Drake makes good albums. I think people need to stop that narrative. He makes good albums. I don't think Drake makes good albums. It's looking like he wants to fight, but I genuinely don't think he makes good albums. I don't think he knows how to make great albums. As much as Cole don't know how to make it, neither does Drake.
I don't.
I think his last 3 albums were trash.
But
I think
Scorpion,
Scorpions was trash.
Views,
I think Views was trash.
and nothing was the same.
Nothing was him was alright.
More Life?
More Life was trash.
That's a playlist.
That was not trash.
Okay, cool. Add that.
I enjoyed
Alright,
bits
cool.
of it.
Dash More Life in there.
Alright,
It
cool.
didn't give me more life. I think it was trash.
What about if you're reading this?
I didn't want to read it. Wallahi, this ain't even me trying to troll.
It was too
I
late for-
don't
it was-
like if
it
you're
was-
reading this
It was
too
too
late.
late for you.
I didn't like the one with him. Is that the one with him in Future?
Oh, What a Time to Be Alive. Yeah,
I didn't like What Time to Be Alive. I didn't like
care
if you're
for
reading
that
this too late. I don't think Drake makes good albums.
You meant a bug.
I don't think Drake knows how to.
He's
That
given
wasn't
us a
even
lot,
my
innit?
take, by the way, but that is another one I've got. That one, that is. I don't think Drake knows how to make a good body of work.
Well, I mean, he's got so many like things to juggle. Like, obviously, the singing shit, the rapping shit, that's topically. So that's always going to dilute the content.
I think he's failed more than he succeeded when it comes to albums. And that should never be the case with someone like Drake.
I could agree with that.
Yeah, me, Pete, what do you think?
Because I only like 2 of them.
He's failed more than he succeeded with albums.
It depends how we define fail.
He's made more.
As far as quality of music,
yeah.
He's made more not good albums.
Well,
than
Thank
he
Me
has
Later was a good album. Take Care was a good album. So Far Gone was a good album. More Life
Not an
was a good album. The mixed If
Scorpion.
You're Reading This Is Too Late was a good album.
good. It's not an album.
Mixtape, whatever. It was good.
Views.
Reviews wasn't good.
Scorpion.
Scorpion wasn't great.
Date.
No, I'm not gonna.
Him
Agree
and
I'm not gonna
Future.
agree with you.
All right, fair enough.
But he's a
I
Drake
just-
fan though, so.
Yeah, like, I think for someone that's Drake, the amount of singles and hits you've got, you should know how to make a good body of work.
What's your take then?
Oh, that's one, and I've got another one. I think the ASAP mob are dead. I think they're extremely overrated.
Talk about.
I think collectively they're trash. I think no, let me talk.
Yeah.
I think ASAP Ferg's got 2 songs, maybe 3
Don't
if you
do
want to
that.
include Shabba Ranks.
Stop that.
Can I talk?
Sorry.
This is what I'm saying. This is the hot take. I give him Shabba Ranks. Cool. I think ASAP Rocky had one good album, the first one, and then after that he's fallen off a cliff. And the rest of them I don't even know their name.
Stop that, Mohammed.
Honestly, I don't rate
Stop
ASAP.
that.
I won't lie to you. I'm with you.
Thank you. Yes.
I never.
This
saw
one
it.
piece of my
Okay.
guy.
I never saw it because I
Listen,
remember.
You
when
never got it, right?
No, I never got it.
Thank
I remember I went to see ASAP when he came out with the first mixtape with Yemi and Rich. I just never got it.
Yeah, neither did I.
I really wanted
Neither
to
did
like
I.
him, but I just never got it.
I never ever got it with ASAP. The whole mob.
No one's talking. I don't know who you
Fucking
were talking
Problems is a
to.
banger.
Is there not a whole mob?
I don't know who. Yeah, there's a mob, but I don't know who in the rap world is saying that the whole mob is good.
No, I'm saying people fuck with ASAP, and I've never understood why they fuck with
That's because
ASAP.
ASAP makes good music.
Do you know who I liked? ASAP Yams. R.I.P.
Didn't even make music.
He didn't even.
But I liked him though.
You know who I fuck with? I fuck with more Ferg singles than I fuck with ASAP Rocky singles. And ASAP Rocky's got a few. I like Fucking Problems. I like the one with him, Skepta. I think Ferg makes bigger hits.
Yeah, you could argue that for sure.
Yeah, like I think Ferg makes bigger hits than Rocky, but Rocky's the face. I just
For
personally
me
don't get
personally,
it.
ASAP Rocky's got a better catalogue than a lot of his generation.
He's got Long Live ASAP and then
Long Live ASAP, At Long Last ASAP, which is a fucking great album, and Testing, which wasn't as good, but he's still 2 out of 3.
I've never
what I'm
got
saying.
it with him personally.
And Ferg is consistent with his albums as well as his singles.
Yeah. I mean,
But then the rest you could just put in the bin anyway because
fair
they don't matter.
I thought they were rated as well. Man.
ASAP Nas has got one good song with Method Man, but that was years ago. ASAP Ant, we don't talk about him. And then the rest are just like designers and backup dancers.
What's wrong with Ant?
He doesn't make anything to shout about.
Oh,
that's what I mean.
I personally, honestly, it's just I've never got into the ASAP Rocky like that. ASAP Ferg either. I just listened to. He got hits. I've never listened to. I've never sat with a Ferg album. I've tried to once. I couldn't do it. I fucked with Rocky's first album, Long Live ASAP.
Yeah.
After that, I just wasn't, because he had fucking problems. And I remember as soon as I had fucking problems, I was like, all right, let me listen to the album. But post that, I've never been there for it. I've never got it. That's just me personally. That's my take.
Fair enough.
Oh, Andre don't make good albums.
I'm with you on that one.
Hey, so I got one with one and one with the other.
Look at life.
Look at life.
Cool. Well, I guess, guys, if you have any other opinions that you feel that are just bullshit that people are trying to make popular, please let us know. And we'll be sure to ridicule that opinion as we have here. Obviously,
I wonder what people will say.
Who knows, man?
J. Cole's better than Kendrick Lamar.
I mean, people think that.
Is that what he's going to say?
No, but people think that. I tweeted it. We live in an era where people think that J. Cole is a better artist than Kendrick.
I mean, it's generations as well, though, isn't it?
They're both the same generation.
As in, no, people are younger than us, so they might not view art, music the way we view music.
No, I just feel like
they might not value lyricism the way we value lyricism.
No, I just feel like Cole's fan base are the college kids that are just way too vocal. But yeah, people feel that way.
People fuck with Cole. I never thought Cole was better than Kendrick, but I've seen Cole 6 times, so that tells you who I fuck with.
Cole could have been though.
Better, he should have been, or he could have been.
Both, 100%.
Cole when it was just the mixtape era of both of them. Cole was on a bigger trajectory.
100%, bro.
Because he had Friday Night Lights.
Cole was probably early. Cole was probably rapping better than early.
He had a high trajectory.
Early Cole was different, man. He was different.
It was just after Friday Night Lights. It was just the lights went off.
No one was on.
I think he probably got jaded, man.
Hey,
I feel like the music industry probably like really robbed him of that first classic. To be honest with you, because Friday Night Lights should have been Jay-Z. Friday Night Lights should have been that first album, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? But
and that would have been special
because Jigga Man wanted to, you know what I mean, push Cole
work out.
Yeah, exactly. Do you know what I mean? So that probably.
But he gave us Born Sinner after.
Huh?
He gave us Born Sinner after, and that's my favorite.
Which means what?
That's my favorite Cole album, so I'm not mad at Born Sinner.
It's just ordinary, isn't it? It's just very ordinary. That's Cole. He's just very ordinary.
Yeah, do you know what it is? He's still, to me, he's giving us better albums than Drake, but that's neither here nor there. We went through it last time.
Hell no.
We went through it last time, remember?
Hell no.
Do you want to go through it on the podcast?
Come on then.
Alright, cool. Album for album. Pull out Drake's album. Pull out J. Cole's albums.
No, I'm not pulling out J. Cole's. You pull out J. Cole's album.
No, it's because I'm already on Drake's Insta. Come on. Let's just make it easier.
No, but I don't.
I'm already on Drake's Insta, bro. I mean, sorry, his discography. Have you got it up?
Have they both got the same amount of albums?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, sorry, 5. Yeah. How many Cole got?
Cole's got 5.
Yeah, 5 for 5.
Alright, go on.
You hear me? All three of us are gonna do this, yeah?
Yes, sir.
First album, Thank Me Later.
Mm-hmm.
Thank Me Later.
No, what's Cole's?
Oh, Cole's first album was Sideline Story.
Thank me later.
Yeah, I'm taking Thank Me Later.
Yeah.
Take Care.
Or Born Sinner.
I'm taking Born Sinner.
I'm
Born
taking
Sinner.
Haters.
Cool. Nothing was the same.
Forest Hill Drive.
I'm taking Forest Hills Drive. Quick.
Oh.
I'm taking Forest Hills Drive. Taking Forest Hills Drive.
I'm not taking Forest Hills Drive, man.
Yeah,
That's the take. Come back to me.
Alright, cool. Views.
For Your Eyes Only.
I'm taking For Your Eyes Only.
Hell no.
I didn't like
Views. I'm not involved no more, man. Yo, listeners, thanks for tuning in. Man. I'm gone, man.
Why are you not involved? Why are you not involved?
No, Yemi, which one are you taking?
Which one am I taking?
Yeah, Views or For Your Eyes Only?
Ooh, they're both bad, man.
Yeah, they are.
Fine, I'll take For Your Eyes Only.
Alright, cool. Scorpion versus, what was it, KOD?
I'm not involved.
I'm taking KOD.
You're taking KOD over
I'm taking
Scorpion.
KOD.
Cool. So,
And then I'll probably take. Oh shit,
and then
man.
it comes down to nothing. It was the same Friday Night Lights. Because right now it's 2-2.
Fuck, man.
Nothing was the
Nothing
same.
was the same.
More
Yeah,
concise.
nothing was the same. Nothing was the same.
I'm not taking Nothing Was the Same over Friday Night.
Of course you're not.
Or over Forest Hill.
Of course you're not.
Forest Hills was dope, man. But my point is,
So that was 3-2 to Drake.
Yeah, you're biased though.
Of course.
Whoever you gave it to, someone was gonna be upset.
Someone's gonna be upset anyway. But cool. in that case, then that's a nice way to wrap up the topic.
Hey man, salute to everyone, man.
For sure. All right, guys. Well, that's it for another week with us at the Rams Like Dimes podcast. Yeah, man, if you like what we do, be sure to follow us on all the socials and follow us wherever you get your podcasts. Leave a comment, share, like, subscribe, do all of that good stuff because it gets us into the eyes of more people, which, you know, is only good for us. So, yeah, shout out to everyone listening, and we shall see you, or you'll hear from us, in 2 weeks' time as well. Guys, you got anything else to share?
Peace.
Hey man, salutations.
Cool. That was very quick, Peter. But yeah, until next time, take care, have a good one,
Cool,
stay
take care.
safe, and peace.